Hi.
I'm on tiptoe today.
We were just walking around the kiln this morning and we were having a chat about the phasing and how it might have been built, and we thought maybe you would want to hear some of that because we haven't told you any of that yet. So we're at the back end of the kiln now and the flue's heading out that way. And this is where I normally stand taking the videos and photos and time lapse and stuff.
And sleeping on the spoil heap.
And sometimes I sleep on the spoil heap. I don't. But from here you can see that it looks like the kiln's almost in two sections. And sorry, there's a train gonna go by. And we think that's a cross flue going across there, but also it looks almost like they're two separate halves of a kiln that might have been built at different stages. So here at the back, you can see this flue is slightly narrower. The heat affection, you won't be able to see that from the camera, but the heat affection to the natural earth underneath is lesser than at the front half of the flue. We can tell that because of the colour of the tiles themselves and the colour the natural's gone. And also the end of the flue here, there's a separate course of bricks blocking up this end. And I was thinking maybe this half was built first and they came in from this end to push and stoke the fire, and there was a back wall about halfway along our current kiln. But Anton has pointed out.
I'm not convinced, I'm afraid.
when Alan and Bob and Ken have dug down at the back here, they found that it was actually terraced into the natural.
Yeah.
So that can't be the case, because otherwise you'd be in the earth trying to stoke your fire. So that does not work as an idea. Although they might have come from the front, and this end might have been here first, and they built that front end on later. But this is all speculation, and we don't currently know the answers to these questions.
We can't prove that, I'm
We're
afraid.
having loads of different conversations about these different ideas, and we don't actually have definite ideas. Like, we can't tell you anything for sure right now, but Anton can tell you things that we can categorically say from the archaeology of what we've got here.
Yeah. So I think, actually, Rosanna, I think the flue itself was initially, so we know we had the terrace cut, but then I think inside that terrace cut, they actually dug a trench. And that's why we have more coursing at the back of the flue wall there, because it went down and then it didn't need so much superstructure actually on the so it just started from the current ground level.
Yeah, so you're saying that they built down, dug out a trench down, and then lined it with bricks and then made a kiln out from the middle.
I think so, yeah. But also, interestingly this week, we've been picking it apart quite a lot and we're finding multiple rebuilds. I don't know if you remember, but Chloe's corner from last year, it was really, we had a lot of course in there. We've just discovered, probably yesterday or 2 days ago, that is a complete whole rebuild now and is not a part of the original kiln. And that's because where the robber cut, and we weren't expecting any of the wall surviving below that, we actually do. And Chloe's corner is at least 30 centimetres, a foot off of the original wall line. And also, the other interesting thing is that we found a lower floor surface in the kiln, in the central part of the kiln itself, and then a rubble layer, and then another floor surface. So we're literally finding so many. We also then got the relining of the flue. So at this stage, we've got 3 possible different phases. Yeah. And I guess that just means that it was used constantly with such intense heat and over such a long period that it was just disintegrating and they had to keep on rebuilding.
Yeah, and keep rebuilding it. And it's quite unusual, isn't it, to get the kind of tile layer and then rubble and then tile layer, so we're not actually entirely sure what that's all about.
Because we also have a decent floor surface in the base of the flue, which is covering a drain, actually.
The culvert.
And then we have, when it was relined, there was a second floor surface, and then some other temporary floor surfaces after that one broke up.
They've just kind of hodgepodged it together for quite some time, is how it looks at the moment. And we still don't really know about the robbing and stuff over here.
No, we're investigating them now, but we're still not finding any surviving coursing. Maybe 1 or 2 tiles, but we're not sure yet.
Yeah, and the lady's doing a great job on that side of cleaning all of that up. We have definitely got robbing at the back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the back, definitely.
So at the moment, what we can still say is we've got a kiln, and it was built in different phases, and we still don't quite know what they are, but we're working on it.
And also, we hope to bring you a video next week talking about the building and structure we found at the back.
Oh, yeah.
And how it doesn't work with the possible steps that we found.
Yay! Bye!
Tune in next week.